Hello all, it's your boy Squier here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we will be trying a new format of video. I'll also be trying a new style. If you want to see more of this type of video, either the style or the format, please leave a comment as it helps with the algorithm. Anyhow, let's get into what you came for. So recently, an event happened that I almost never experienced. I went to the movies. Now I'm saying recently, by which I mean over a week ago. Indeed, it was March 5th, if I recall. I went to see a movie, which should be plain and obvious. The movie in question was The Batman, starring Twilight hater Robert Pattinson. I'm going to start off by saying the movie was visually beautiful. Every shot could have been a piece of art. So hats off to cinematographers, lightworkers, set designers, costume designers, and the guy making the LUTs. It's rare to see a movie now that's so visually stunning. Most of them are colorful flashes and explosions. So it's nice to see that some directors still take time to make their frames pleasing to look at. Anyhow, I've gushed over the amazingness of the visuals long enough, so it's time to get into the next thing I liked about the movie. That is the soundtrack and sound design. The music was not the most unique or memorable. It wasn't the Force theme Mark II, but was perfectly matched the movie, gave atmosphere, and enhanced the visuals of the story. The sound design was spot on, from the meaty punches to silent scenes to the footsteps. Basically, what I'm saying is, it was good. Now to the mixed part of the movie, the acting and the story.
Let's start with the movie's lead, Robert Pattinson. He did a killer job as Batman. Whether this was because of the suit he was wearing or his skill, I still don't know. Batman, however, was not written as one might expect. Some of those who I've talked to disliked that he wasn't solving the big picture of the riddles quickly and that it was violent. While I see the points made, I feel the writers and Patterson were shooting for a more green Batman. He's supposed to be in his 20s, struggling with his past. He's not experienced or wise. However, I did feel that Bruce Wayne was a bit weak. He felt more like an emo boy than the rich playboy he's meant to be. Wayne is supposed to be like Stark from the Iron Man movies, but with slightly different personality and facade of less intelligence. He doesn't want to be caught about being Batman. The art characters, again, are a mixed bag. Penguin was probably one of my favorites. He was well acted, well scripted, and actually rememberable side character. The villain was well acted and well scripted. He was capable, intelligent, and always one step ahead of Batman. I like this because a good villain should always pose a threat to both the hero and those he loves. Catwoman was well acted, and the more young and vengeful version of her felt refreshing. She was unstoppable, like most female characters these days. Indeed, what made her so interesting was the fact that she was constantly being overpowered. Batman dominated her when they fought, and every time falling she tried to fight someone one-on-one, she was outstrengthed. Her personal strengths, lay in her cunning and sheer will. Catwoman had flaws, but she also had things to bring to the table. What was so great was how she worked with Batman. Each of them would fail, but each one was there to help the other when it happened. She was probably one of the best written female characters in cinema recently. I really want to give the writers props for that. I would now like to present one of my only gripes with the film. This is where I would warn you that there might be slight spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the movie and want to avoid any spoilers, skip to the time on screen. Alright, here we go. The ending reminded me a bit of Lord of the Rings ending, with 3 or 4 endings. It could have been avoided by cutting out the big world-ending events, which completely went against the villain's character and felt a bit thrown in. I will say this part was well used to show the characters of Batman and Catwoman, but still felt weird as it went against the Riddler's character. All in all, the Batman was a mixed bag, but it was also a sort of beacon of hope in the superhero movie industry. It was an example of well-acted, beautiful-looking, and well-meaning movie. One that did its best to deliver what it promised and tried to stay true to characters in the comics while also telling a story that was interesting and unique. It may have some issues, but it is definitely a step in the right direction. Now, with all that said, thank you for watching. Bye!